Hello, g'day, Smitty here. I'm going to make a list of the comps coming up in Victoria at the moment. I've got a list here of what I can find of what's happening. It's a big list, there's a lot going on. So I haven't really thought about what to say. I'm just going to write the comp down, write the date, and maybe speak a little bit about who that comp could be for, if I know who it's for, and try and help people out with deciding which comps to do and why and when they are. If I've missed a competition, there's getting announced every 10 minutes, so just comment below and yeah, let me know. I've just tested the volume here, and if you can read my writing and stuff, and I've noticed that my tag comes out and makes me look like a goose, so I don't know if it comes out, just roast me in the comments. Like, I'm a bit conscious about it and trying not to let it come out. Anyway, comps, Victoria, it's all happening this weekend. I don't know what day. Circus Freaks is Saturday night. Circus Freaks. Can you read that? Not really. Whatever. Circus Freaks. I'll write a bit bigger. April 23rd it's called. That is this Saturday night at PTC, which is 5 minutes down the road there. I'll be there. A few of us from Vic Strength are there. Really looking forward to that one. So come down and watch if you're nearby. Then they've just announced the weights to Northside's Strongest. North sides, damn, this is going to be hard. Normally when I write on the whiteboard, I don't give a shit if it's messy. I think that is June 12. I really should have double checked these. June 12, Northside Strongest down at Northside Strength and Conditioning. So this one here, Northside, they've just announced the weights, so you can go to their Instagram. This will be a qualifier for the AS International, which is in January, kind of the new Arnold is my understanding of it. You have to qualify for the AS International. It's in January at the compound. So this is one qualifier for it in Victoria. The other qualifier apparently is in November. So if you want to do AS International, then you need to do this or the November comp. They've just announced the weights to this. I've had a bit of a look. It's a pretty heavy comp. So it would be for people, yeah, obviously if you want to qualify, then it'll be for people that want to qualify for the AS International, which is a top level comp. So this would be for people that are pretty strong, been at it a while, and newbies, yeah, don't know. You've got like a max 14-inch deadlift and a max stone, so unless there's minimum weights, you know, new people could rock up and just aim for some PBs on that, but the other weights are pretty heavy, and I just don't know if absolute newbies would get a lot out of training for this comp. So yeah, that's more of a top level one. The next one I could find is Winterfest down at Strong Geelong. They announced this last night, I think, to the world. Winterfest is June 25th, and then the next day is the Log Dead, I'll try to write a bit bigger, Log Dead Stone Champs. That's June 26th. I'll just write under there. I have no system at the moment. This is pandemonium in here. So you got 2 in a row, so you'd probably choose one of them. Probably wouldn't do both. You could do both. The Log Dead Stone Champs is at Iron Rev. That must be a Sunday, is it? Maybe. So that's a max log, max deadlift, max stone. Entries are open. I'm doing that one. Winterfest, they've announced the events for that, and that is a bit of a party, that one. So you're also, I think they're doing food and stuff like that. So Viking style competition where you get a stein, I think I read. So more of a party, that one, with some cool events. I don't think it was weight categories. I think it was like men's novice and men's open, women's novice, women's open. So it'll be pretty heavy. I'd imagine if you're a Geelongian and just down that way that you'll get involved in it no matter what, even if you're going to come last. And it'll be fun to train for them. But yeah, I wouldn't say that's for everyone. If you're going to do, yeah, I probably wouldn't do both. If you want to do well at these competitions, you do need some space in between. And I might chat about that in a second when I've got this all written up, about how often I want to compete, how often I would advise others compete, and stuff like that. So there's those two. Then we've got Ringwood's Strongest Man. I think that's what the comp's called. Ringwood's Strongest, all right. Ringwood's Strongest. Now this one is down at the Strong House in Ringwood. A few of you have been there. I haven't been down there yet, or I don't think I've even met Brad, but Brad helped me out with which camera company to go with here at the gym, and helped us during the lockdowns as well, making sure that we were doing the right thing. I know he helped a bunch of other gyms out as well. Now that's July 17th. They've got the events somewhere for that already. You can see what the events are. I think it was 6 events. They haven't put the weights up yet, but this, they haven't put the weights up that I know of. This is a qualifier for ASA, which stands for the Australian Strongman Alliance, which is a different federation here in Australia. That qualifies for ASA Nationals. That is the Victorian qualifier. I've spelt that wrong, but you probably can't read it anyway. Ringwood Strongest is a qualifier for ASA Nationals. Okay, ASA Nationals is being held in Queensland at the Ekka. I asked Drew yesterday and he said it'll be on the last weekend, which I think is 14th of August, so I'll write that up in a second. So if you want to compete at ASA Nationals, last year I think it had to be online. I haven't been to ASA Nationals since 2017, went up to the Gold Coast, had a really good time there. So if you want to do ASA Nationals, a national level comp, you'll have to do Ringwood Strongest, and I don't know if you have to maybe place top 3 or podium if there's enough people, or maybe you have to win. More info coming out on that, but that's July 17th. Oh man, I've written, yeah, here we go. One mistake, that's all right, June. So I believe Game of Stones, I'll put that up here. Sorry, Kay and the crew. Game of Stones, I think that was May 22. That's invite only. I'm pretty sure if you're doing that, you've already signed up and you're training for it. And if you're not doing it, you're not doing it. But yeah, Game of Stones is happening. I think it's at Cryal Castle again in Ballarat or wherever that is. A smaller comp, invite only for that one, for people that did Game of Stones the year before. And yeah, I don't know much more about that one, but I think they're doing 3. Are they doing 3 Game of Stones? Someone comment. I think they're doing multiple throughout the year. I should have done a little bit of homework. Game of Stones, May 22. ASA Nationals, I was just chatting about it. So ASA Nationals will be at the Ekka up in Brisbane. ASA Nationals, I think it was around August 14th. So yeah, you'll have to qualify for that one. And in Victoria, as I said, the qualifier will be Ringwood Strongest. If you can't make that competition or you don't qualify, you'll have to go find the other qualifiers in other states. So maybe you'll have to travel to Tassie or South Australia, New South Wales before August 14th. All right, we're getting there. Where should I go next? We'll go over here. I've written here, we've got the middleweight series. So you guys might have seen middleweight. I was going to draw an 8 there, but a middleweight series. So you guys might have seen, what was it, 2 weeks ago now? This is August 6th. So that should technically be here before Nationals, but what? I've done it. Get over it. The middleweight series is August 6th. I believe that's at Geelong. I won't write that. Did I read that right? I'm pretty sure that's down at Geelong. So you might have seen a couple of weeks ago they had the Australia's middleweight series kind of final. They started off with the final, and now you have to qualify for next year's final. The Victorian qualifier, I think, is at Geelong. If it's not at Geelong, it at least says at the moment that it's August 6th. So if you're boys under 90 and under 105, girls under 73 and 82. Hello? See ya.
Yeah, sorry.
That's all right. Yep, that's all right. There's a 100% chance someone was going to walk in. See you next time. So the middleweight series, if you're a middleweight, you'll have to qualify for the final. Obviously no weights or anything up about that so far, which is fine. But that'll be pretty heavy. That'll be, not that it's heavy, but you need to be kind of a top level to qualify. Maybe they'll make it where anyone can get involved and it's not too heavy, but the strongest person will obviously win. But yeah, that could be a good one for people to get involved in. Then back to the Rat. So the crew at CB Fitness, back to the Rat. Has my writing gotten... I've been pretty consistent. It was shocking at the start. August 28th, novice comps. This is our first novice comp that we've got up here. August 28th. So instead of back to Ballarat, you guys might have over the last couple of years done back to Ballarat. We've got back to the Rat. Novice comp at, I don't know if it's at CB Fitness in Ballarat, but the crew there are organising a novice comp. I think they're saying you have to have done 1 comp or less, no comps or maybe 1 comp. So purely for novices, which is great. I think the events are up, but no weights. And you wouldn't expect weights at the moment too. I mean, geez, it's ages away. But that's good, novice comp. Then we've got static monsters. I'll just write statics. So max log press and axle deadlift from, I can't even remember, 17 and a bit inches. We're doing that here. So it's going to be around October 28th. It's around there. It's that weekend, 27th, 28th or 28th, 29th. We're doing that here at Vic Strength. And Brad is also doing it at Stronghouse in Melbourne. Stronghouse. So you've got 2 places in Vic. There might even be others. Most of you should know about static monsters. It's in about year bloody 7 or something now. So here at Vic Strength, I'll let you know now that we'll be combining that with a novice comp as well, or an intermediate comp. Good for novices, better for intermediates. So it'll be a not too heavy a comp. So what we'll do is, it'll be a 4-event competition. The first event will be a max log press. The second event will be a max axle deadlift. And then we'll do 2 more events after that. So it'll be a novice comp combined with static monsters. Excited for that one. Then on the list I found there's Vic's Strongest Man and Woman, Vic's Strongest. That might be around Geelong way as well, maybe. I can't remember. That said November 12th or 13th. Yeah, one of those days. So Vic's Strongest will be the second qualifier for down here, the AS International, Australia's Strongest, ASI, Australia's Strongest International. Hope you can read all this. It's a lot of effort if you can't read it. So the Australia's Strongest, the new kind of Arnold down at the compound that's in January. I think it was January 20 or something. 20 and 21. Did I write it? Yeah, 20 and 21. Go me. So to qualify for this, you'll need to either win a qualifier, so Northside Strongest or Vic Strongest. If you win either of those, then you'll be on, I believe it was the Saturday, in the championship mode. Okay, if you win a qualifier, you'll be in the championship mode. If you come 2nd, 3rd or 4th, or something like that, like, I don't know how they're going to work it, but at these qualifiers, if you don't win but still place pretty high, you'll be on the Friday, I believe, or the first day, whatever the first day was, in the kind of intermediate version. So this ASI, the Australia's Strongest International, they've got an intermediate day, which will still be a pretty high level, I'd imagine, and a championship day. If you want to do the championship day, be the best in Australia in your weight category, you'll have to win one of these, Vic Strongest or Northsides. If you don't win, but you just place, then you get to at least compete on the intermediate day, which, you know, if you were the winner of that, you're still going to be a pretty strong motherfucker. So that's everything I could find for now. That is heaps. I know of one person that still wants to organise a novice comp. Little things might pop up. Last year in December I did max axles the week before Christmas. If I feel like it's going to fit in, if I feel like it's worth doing, then I'll do it. I think this is great to have it so convoluted and busy. I think it's fantastic. Probably don't want too many more. If you're putting on a comp, I think you want to put it on because there's a demand for it and you feel the need to do it. All gyms should put something on if you've got the, like, you can do the workload, you know what I mean? They're not big money makers. Even if you get like a beginner breakout here, you know, 50 sign-ups or something like that, and yeah, you don't end up really seeing, profit or anything like that. So the gyms are doing it to get a bit of exposure. Well, you might make a bit of money, but the hours you put into it, you're on bloody $5 an hour when you run a comp. It's tough stuff, but yeah, someone's got to do it, and it is fun and worthwhile and great for your business as well to be having plenty of people come, share lots of videos and chatting and stuff like that. So I bet there'll be more comps. What I wanted to quickly talk about is maybe what you should do, and I'm going to talk to the newbies. Maybe you've done 0 to 5 comps and your strength levels are okay. Like maybe guys, you still haven't deadlifted 200 yet. Girls, maybe you haven't hit 130 or 140 yet. You know, you might be still strong, but you're not pushing, you know, to make it to these top level comps or really place at these top level comps. Sometimes I feel you guys at the moment might get a little bit left behind. You've got the one novice comp, and then a lot of these other ones you can join in on. And there's no reason that you can't, but you might be zeroing an event or two, or, you know, getting 1 or 2 reps when everyone else is getting 10 to 12. And there's nothing wrong with losing, there's nothing wrong with zeroing an event. But what I've really noticed here is when people have a chance to do well at a comp, or when people think they can win or think they can place, they train a lot better. They're a lot more consistent, they're a lot more excitable. So I've just got to put myself in their shoes, where just going to get one PB and get smashed, there's nothing wrong with doing that. No one's going to think anything of you. No one actually cares what you're doing except you. But I think we need plenty of stuff for the new people to not just be involved, but to win. Like, they believe they can place, or they believe they can do well. The problem with training too heavy all the time is you might go this whole year and not train any speed yoke. You might not train any sets of 10 to 12 deadlifts. You might not do any high rep work or any speed work, because you're constantly pushing your strength, right? You're just trying to increase your 1RMs, which is extremely important, but you're missing out on a massive part of strongman, which is fitness, conditioning, and technique, okay? Strength is huge. Strength is, you always want to be working on max strength. But yeah, I believe we just need stuff out there that's got some lighter weights. So I think there's still room for 1 or 2 more novice comps, even if these novice comps are only getting 10 people or less. It doesn't have to be these massive events, in my opinion. It can just be small stuff, but it gives 10 people in this state something to train for that they're excited about, and makes them a better athlete. Because if you're just zeroing events or getting 1 rep all the time in your AMRAPs, I think you're missing out on a big part of strongman. So the calendar's looking pretty good. What am I doing? I'm glad you asked. What's my plans? Yeah, no worries. So I'm doing Circus Freaks this weekend. I've complained enough about my back to let everyone know what my plans are there, whatever. Northside Strongest, here's the problem for me. That was June 12th, and this was June 26th, log dead stone. I want to deadlift 300 kilos for the first time at log dead stone. I very much doubt that I'll be able to do that under 80, so I'm going to weigh about 88 for that one. So I'd only do Northside Strongest really to try and qualify for ASI under 80, but I don't want to cut weight 2 weeks before this. I could just do that comp under 90s and just enjoy it, but I just think if I've got this big goal of deadlifting 300 here, which is a main goal for the year, does that help? No. So I might not do that one, just coach a few people at that one and give that one a miss. So far, don't know. I find it very hard to say no to comps. Love training for comps. Winterfest I won't do because it's the day before Log Dead Stone. Ringwood Strongest and Asa Nationals I am interested in. I'm interested in maybe competing at Asa Nationals.
Are you in the middle?
I'm in the middle. I'll only be a couple seconds.
Do you want me to come back?
Yeah, you can go around if you want, or give me 2 minutes. Give me 2 minutes.
I'll come back in 2.
All right, yeah, I'm thinking of doing ASA Nationals, would be pretty great. That was in July. Anyway, haven't quite made up my mind. Middleweight series I might just jump in on, even if I haven't really prepped for it or anything like that, just to be involved and try my best under 90. Static Monsters we'll do here, and I might just aim for like a log press PB or to get a qualifying score. That one, and then Vic Strongest I'll have my eye on. And I think that one I'll have to do if I don't do Northside, so I'll have to cut weight here in November and then cut weight again here in January. So, you know, maybe I can not be too heavy around this time. Maybe I do statics under 80 as well, something like that. So I won't be doing too much this year, which is exciting. I figured out once, like back in 2019, I'd done 50 comps or something, and I figured it out. It was a comp every 4.1 weeks or something like that. So I believe in competing a lot until you get to a certain level, and that's up for you and your coach or your crew to decide what level you're at and what's best for you. Training blocks are great. Having 2 months where you don't, or your 2 months between comps, 8 weeks, is really great, really good. But if 2 pop up in a row, maybe just go for one and try and prep for both. Like pick one that you prep for mainly, and then just go to the other one and try your best. Don't worry about not making podiums. Don't worry about coming last. It's only you that cares. I don't know who came last at my last comp. There's nothing embarrassing about it. It's just you went in a comp that maybe was a level above you, but if you got a little bit stronger or a little bit faster or a little bit fitter or learnt something, then it wasn't a waste of time. In the same breath, if you're a novice or intermediate, you don't want to be, I don't think you'd want to be going to too many comps getting smashed. if you have a chance of winning, I've seen it here, man. The people they train better when you've got a chance, when you've got a sniff, even if it's just at top 3 or top 4 out of 10 people. If it's at the right level for you, I believe you'll train better. Okay, so trying to train too heavy all year, you just have a shit time. You won't get much better at all the different facets of strongman. All right, hope you can read that. I hope that helps at all. I didn't really think about what to say or anything, but comment below if I've missed a comp, if you know of more comps, or if you've got a different opinion on something. All right, I'll let the girls come in here and do some work. Cheers, see you later.